Tus, herzlich willkommen zur kanadischen Botschaft. Für uns ist es heute eine besondere Freude, Sie zu hören, weil wir auch besondere Gäste haben. We're very pleased this evening to welcome our Kate Fire to the screen the movie for you. You know who they are. They're fresh from major victories at the Grammys and at the Brit Awards. We welcome them warmly here. Au plaisir de vous voir ici tous. Merci. Thank you.
Exactly, did you have time to make this movie?
We didn't really have time to make the movie. we ended up doing it towards the end of our record, and we went down to Austin during the final stage of the suburbs, and Will and Régine were actually finishing up the vocals on the album. So it was kind of 110%. We were super saturated at the moment, but it was fun.
It might have been my most intense week of my life until this week. Yeah, because it was my 30th birthday. We were in Austin, and we were writing. Will and I were writing Spike during the day, and then the filming. So didn't even have time to do a 30th birthday party, but it was kind of the best birthday of all time.
Which adjectives come to your mind when you would have to describe Spike as a person? What's he like?
Total D-bag.
Short.
He's
Young at heart.
It's a hairpiece as well. He's bald. He's short and bald.
I mean, anyone I know, he's still relates to making big movies exactly how he related to holding a camcorder when he was 15. And so it's been really inspiring to hang out with someone that completely, in the world of film, whose approach to their craft is in the same world as our approach to our craft. It's been cool to get to know him for that reason. And he is really short.
Why are the suburbs in this film a kind of war zone?
Well, I think in this film, the kind of, it's very much about the relationships of the kids. I think a lot of times in science fiction, it's almost secondary to the story, which is really kind of about relationships. Kind of the background world of the film kind of enables you to give a context to those relationships and that intensity of feeling that I think a lot of people who are that age have.
We were trying to really make it scenes from the suburbs, and we decided to cut kind of a lot of explanatory material just in the hopes of having a more emotional and impressionistic arc.
When we were little kids, we'd watch a lot of, kind of cheesy 80s movies that we were too young to be able to be watching, and you'd always end up just watching the first half before your parents would come in and bust you. And so it's kind of a little bit inspired by just watching the first half of films and not having to figure out how to resolve them.
The visuals are very important to this band, and we do think pretty cinematically. I mean, I think we might have been a band of movie makers if making movies wasn't like 140 times more expensive than making records.
The credits were a bit blurry, but is it true that you played the soldiers, and who of you shouted at the kid to open his mouth?
I did more shouting, but we both did some shouting.
Will's definitely the shouter in that scene. He's got an amazing shouting voice.
Loud, very loud.
And you enjoyed that? Was that also a childhood dream to maybe solve this trauma?
The childhood dream to yell at some kids. It was nice to be in an environment where you were totally not in control, to actually be directed, because we were also a band of directors and we don't relinquish control for anything. And it was kind of nice to be in a situation where you were really not good at what you were doing and someone else was telling you, no, don't do it that way, and turn 30 degrees to your left. It was nice to just have to totally respect what the boss was saying instead of being like, I'm the boss, yo, back off.
Arcade Fire, what's up with their obsession about falling bombs?
You know how like Bruce Springsteen writes a lot about driving or whatever? Or Dylan writes about how the times are changing. It's kind of one of those type of deals. It's just part of the, you know, and I think in this film, the kind of war science fiction imagery is, it enables you to get out of yourself in a way so you can see some kind of simple emotional truth and maybe see it from a slightly different angle.